Hey guys, it's Good King 205 here. I'm just gonna do a video here, a little out of the ordinary. This video is gonna be going over this game, Doug Flutie's Maximum Football 2019 by Canuck Play, and then give you guys a little tease into 2020, as I'm a part of the Patreon group for that game. I'm not allowed to give any specifics, so if you want any specifics, join the Patreon and you can get all the inside scoop there. It is not my place to put out their information, but let's start it off here. So this game, 2019, I believe was made by 3 people, I think. A developer, a stadium guy, and then someone, and then I think a social media manager. So really only 2 people, really. And you know, for 2 people making this game, it's pretty dang incredible. And like as you see, you've got your standard exhibition here, which is the the play now, the customize. Which let's get right into the customization here. The customization of this game is one of the best customization systems I've seen in a football game. Honestly, it reminds me a lot of like the NHL games that EA makes with their in-depth custom team editor. You know, you can go in here, as you can see, we're in team data. You can choose from any of the teams in this. Change your team name, your city, your school name, abbreviations, state, the year it was established, color scheme, the stadium style. You then go into roster, and you can just take a look at everyone that's in your roster here, including the man himself, Doug Flutie, there at the top at number 2. You can adjust your depth chart. You can change the. I think you can edit the players too. Yeah, I think you can go in there and edit those. Then you go into the uniform. You go into the home, away, the helmet, and it's just one of the best, like the absolute best editor I've seen in a football game. Like even better than the NCAA ones. Back when NCAA. 13 and 14 when they had the team builder and everything. Now, don't get me wrong, those team builders weren't bad, but they weren't the best, I will say. They were definitely very limited. Now, in terms of this, they are still very limited in terms of the stadium and everything, but then we move into the logo creation here. Now, logo creation is really, really cool. You've got it's basically an editor. The only thing that I will say that I am not a particular fan about is considering that it is a, controller thing. It's not exactly the easiest to create logos. I have not tried to see if the Xbox keyboard support actually works. I doubt it. So, if developers, if you guys want to, possibly at some point in the future, I'm not saying you have to, it's not a big priority, because I know several people have made some really, really cool stuff out of this, but like, just with controller, make this a little bit better, in terms of like, make it feel a little bit faster, because like holding A and moving and everything, it just feels super, super slow. I mean, it's not impossible, and then you can rotate and scale it. The scaling feels fine, actually. The scaling feels just fine. It feels like a normal XYZ coordinate, or an X and Y coordinate. Left to right is the width, up and down is the height. So yeah, that's really the only complaint that I have about that, is that it feels a little sluggish, the editor, for the canvas and everything, but I get it. Working in Unity, as a person that works in Unity myself, using Unity's canvas system is a bit in the pain in the ass. I can admit that. So then we move into 2 things that are really, really cool. Here, we get season play. Now, season play is pretty cool, because you just play, you play all these games. That's pretty much it. And then it shows you on the left there, it shows you Division 2, it shows your team. So for me, believe I'm playing Boston. But the cool thing is, you can play any of these games. Like any of those games that you saw there, those are all games that you could play. you're not just locked to your team. That's something that's actually pretty cool. And then we move into Dynasty. And that's pretty much all there was to season mode. I mean, it's a standard season mode. Now, Dynasty, I'm just going to load up, I'm going to just load up my previous Dynasty. It's my custom team. And there's something really, really cool about Dynasty that I really, really like. You know, you've got basically like a standard game. You get your recruiting board. Let's check out the recruiting board. So these are all the players that I have on my list. And, you know, you can call these people. You can send them a text. You can take them off the board. Have the assistant call the player. That's a really nice feature, by the way. It's basically just them simming it, essentially. But you can call them and pitch them on the ideas. So, like, let's do degree repetition. Let's do hard sell the prospect. And you can see his little meter there is moving. And then you can hit X to offer him a scholarship. So let's offer him a scholarship. And once he gets to the green is when you've got him. Oh, gotta go wash my hair. But like I said, it's really, really neat that they got this. And then, you know, you got all these players that you can do that for. Or you can just send him a text. See, I mean, you just send him a text, 5 minutes. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting to do that. And that's pretty much, well, actually, let's take a look at the actual players here. So you see those little bars there on the right there. I'll fix that in editing. But those bars there, where it says Tuscaloosa, Mobile, and West Carolina, those are their top 3 schools. And that's a nice thing to have there. So it's nice to see, you know, they've got those. You know, you've got your player information, Hassan Fronrick, height 6'4", weight 252. He's from Illinois. He's 84th among tight ends. And he's a 4-star prospect. And then something that I really, really enjoy, I don't know if they did this just as kind of like a funny thing that they could fix and put in, but it says loves to hang glide. Not in any bit relevant, but just kind of fun. Just kind of fun. And then, you know, you can always go in here, select, narrow down your search for what players. And that's pretty much all there is for recruiting. But it's actually a pretty in-depth recruiting for what it is. So then we take a look at, here at the actual, my team, or my school. And you can see, you know, we got good reputation, good campus atmosphere. Not great coaching, coaching resume. Reputation's pretty good. Conference power, meaning the strength of our conference, not great. But we got good chances of making the playoffs, and pro development and all that stuff's low. We don't get a lot of media. But we at least get good consistency of success. And then, you know, it just shows you your stats like, you know, I'm the Island University Mariners. You know, how many scholarships, your current record. Nice little stats thing there. You got the top 100, the top 100 players in the upcoming high school class. And then it shows you here too. You know, it shows you their 40-yard time, their reps, their vertical, their grade. So that's pretty cool that they got you that stuff. And then you can go into statistics and go and see every single team and see how your stats are hanging up. Go in here to schedule, and like I said, every single one of these games you can play. Or if you want, you can do this, simulate the game, simulate the week, or you can simulate the season. Now, I am going to play a little bit of a game. I'm not going to play a full game because there is something that I do have a bit of a complaint with the game. And I don't remember, yeah, I think I have it set to 5-minute quarters, which if you're wanting to pick up this game, set it to 5-minute quarters. Just any longer feels a little bit too long, in my opinion. Which I know that that's something that they are working on in future versions, is to make it feel a little less lengthy. So that'll be nice. They've already been sharing out a bunch of stuff and some big ideas they've got coming up for 2020, so I'm really, really excited for 2020. Um, when they make those announcements actually public, I'll probably do some more videos. Just because I really love Canuck Play. I love their inclusiveness. Got their little logo there. And you look at it, it's not bad. It doesn't look bad for a game that's made with 2-3 people, right? It doesn't look bad. Like, it looks like something that you would expect. Now, there is something here. It does take a little bit to get things set up, but they got a nice little pregame animation here. They got New York Academy machines doing the coin toss here. They chose heads. It's called heads. So they get to elect whether receive or kick. And then here you go. So you go kickoff middle. Wonderful little loading there. You get to see all the players running out on the field. As a person who plays a lot of Madden and all that, I'm not a huge, it just feels a little too long between the animations there. And I also wish they had a system that was, able to skip that. So maybe I can get that worked on. You get your standard aiming the kick with the right stick here, and then left stick, you flick it back and flick it forward as fast as you can to kick. I do really like that system. I love that system. And as you can see, animations and all that, little buggy. You get on defense here. I think I'm only going to play like the first quarter of this game. Because as you can see, the frame rate is a little choppy. The animations aren't 100% smooth. The gameplay is not something that I'm particularly fond of. You get all your formations here. But don't worry. For 2020, they have said they are working on gameplay improvements, so that'll be really, really good to see. Plus, they have a much larger team, too. I think they've got, 5 now, 4 or 5. So, more people means better game. But they also are very, very limited, considering that it is in the Unity engine. Unity is not exactly great for sports games. So, just keep that in mind. I do like the physics are pretty interesting, though. But player collisions are a little weird, as you saw there on the defensive line. So, if I were to run this, I'm going to play as a defensive lineman here. Play as the DT, hands lick here. If you look at him, he doesn't really catch. Or he doesn't go into the animation. He doesn't go into an animation of what you would expect him to do, which is to grab the lineman. He kind of just runs into him. Now, this is going to be a very, very nitpicky video, which, honestly, I'm perfectly fine with doing, considering that I'm doing this to try and help them, to help them kind of figure out, some things that they can improve on before they get really, really going into the 2020 dev cycle. I've been working a lot with the guy named Spear, which is the guy who runs basically the business side of Canuck Play. So we talked to them a lot on the Patreon. We talked to Sean, who's a new developer, Dave, who's the main developer, and then we also talk a lot with I can't remember his real name, but his Discord name is Inspiring Fool. Sorry if I can't remember your name. But yeah, no, we get a lot of in-depth stuff from them, and it's really, really great to see that kind of stuff. It's great to see that their team is so open about their dev stuff and so willing to listen to their community to make improvements. And I think coming up with 2020 with what they've already been telling us, I think it's going to be a big, big year for them. I really do. And I am really excited. So as you see, he got a touchdown there. No big deal. defense is a little bit of a pain, in my opinion, in this game. Mostly because the player movement is not the best. You know, I could rip on the crowds and everything, but who really cares about the crowd appearance? I mean, who really cares, right? I sure is. It's not something that bothers me. I mean, hell, we still get some really odd-looking crowds in Madden, so I'm not going to judge that harsh on crowds. Or stadiums, because they've actually got like a decent-looking skybox in the background. They got some, you know, this is from a guy who's in college for designing levels, and we're told to like analyze games and stuff. So this is one of the games that I like to analyze, not only to help them, but to, you know, just to hone my skills. And I'm already running back for a touchdown here. You know what? I'm going to let him tackle me just because I want to show off a little bit of the offense. I could have easily gone for a touchdown there. But something that also kind of bothers me right here is that, but you see by formation, you can't hit A. You have to slide right on the control stick. And the playbook also needs some work. And I like how I'm really racking on this game, but at the same time, I love this game. I'm critiquing it because I love it. You know, I'm critiquing this game because I love it. This is something that I really do enjoy. This is a game that I think definitely has a ton of potential. So we're gonna run this play here. Yeah. I'm gonna get my butt whooped here in this first quarter. Let's see. Let's do a... Oop, nope, I didn't want to run. I'm going to call a timeout there. I need a play action here. Let's see. What do we got for play actions? There it is. Play action digs. That should work. And like, I do like how you get to see the players line up to the line and everything. That is something that's pretty cool. And as you can see there, I got about 10 there, about 4th and 16. Bring out my field goal. Go to special teams. Field goal. Let's make this field goal attempt here. You can see the wind up there in the front, or on the top right. Aim the kick. And if you do it really slow like that, you do that. So there is some definite things that I've got problems with this game. But overall, it's really not a bad game. I do, like I said, I rack on it because I love it. I do love this game. I think this year for 2020, again, with everything they've told us, as far as, you know, improvements coming to pretty much the entire game, to some really special things that I'm not allowed to say. That'll be for them to post an announcement about, and then I will be able to share that with you guys. But that's gonna finish it off for this episode, or for this video, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to join the King's Council, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next episode. Peace out.